Good morning. This past weekend kicked off college football across the U.S. It's an exciting time as we get into the fall, and this coming weekend we'll be kicking off football here in the state of Oklahoma with all of our different teams. It's a fun time getting the fall going and looking ahead to the season. Of course, there's always high hopes and high expectations here in the state of Oklahoma for our teams, and I'm really looking forward to that. As I started thinking about college football, it reminded me of a story that I read just a couple of months ago. It came out of Roswell, Georgia, down there near Atlanta. It was about a high school down there, and there was a family that was close to the program of this high school football team. And they came one day to the athletic director to talk to him about an idea that they had. They'd been on social media one day, and they saw on Twitter a picture of all of the scholar athletes from there at the school. And what they noticed is that while there were many African-American students who were part of the football team, there was a very small percentage of them that were part of the scholar athlete program. And so this donor decided that they wanted to try to do something to make a difference. So this family came forward and said, we want to start a scholarship. The whole idea was to start a scholarship that was going to be called the Centennial High School AfricanAmerican Football Scholar Athlete Scholarship. It's a long name for it. But the whole idea is they wanted the scholarship to be for African-American students who were playing football there at Centennial High School in Roswell, Georgia. So they came up with this program, and they decided that in order for students, for African-American football players to qualify for this scholarship, there was only going to be two rules, two things they had to do in order to get the scholarship. The first was they had to make straight A's for a semester. And the second rule was they could never find out who this donor was. He, she, we don't know. They had to remain anonymous. Those are the only two rules. If you make straight A's and you don't find out who it is, you get the scholarship. So they decided to start this program to help try to get more students involved and to get them in their academics and studying hard. So they started talking to the students, and as they were finding out about this program, what they discovered is that this donor wanted to give more than just a small scholarship. They wanted to be able to give $25,000 for every semester that a student made straight A's. That means that over the course of 4 years, 8 semesters, a student had the potential to earn $200,000 in college scholarships. Now, these scholarships could be used for anything that the student wanted or needed. It didn't just have to go to tuition, and they could use it for books, for fees. And the whole idea of this donor said that they wanted to make sure that the students could graduate from college and not have any debt, and to have everything that they needed paid for and taken care of. What an incredible gift. This donor went on to talk about it and said, $25,000 a semester, well, that begins to add up pretty quickly. So they said, our goal is to actually give away $1 million a year. That's the goal of the program, to give away $1 million every single year, to try to help incentivize students to be working harder, to be studying more, to earning their A's, so that they can go to college and have it all paid for. Well, this program started back in 2018. This year is going to be year 3 of this program. There are 2 of the students who have already graduated from high school who have earned scholarships from this program who talked about what it's meant to them and their families. They talked about what an incredible blessing it has been to them to know that they would have semesters of college paid for, taken care of, that their family didn't have to worry about. What an amazing gift. But it was interesting as both of them were talking about how grateful they were for this gift. Both of these students went on to mention and talk about how this gift inspired them to want to pay it forward, to be in a position someday where they could be able to bless somebody's life, to do something that makes a difference for someone else. When I heard this story, I just thought, that's really the way that it works. When we live our lives in a spirit of gratitude, we begin to open our eyes to see the blessings in our lives, the ways that people have reached out and made a difference for us. And when we recognize that, it leads us to want to pay it forward, to be a blessing for others. It's really what the Christian faith is all about. It's recognizing that gift of God's grace that has been poured into our lives, the blessing that we have received. And when we know that we are loved, that we've been forgiven, that we've been shown grace, when we know just how blessed we are, it leads us to want to go and be a blessing, to respond in a spirit of gratitude. It may not be giving away $1 million every year in college scholarships. That would be great if it was, but we all have an opportunity to do something that blesses life and makes a difference. Today, I hope you'll have your eyes open to look for the opportunities, to see where God wants to use you, so that together we can all live in a spirit of gratitude, giving back and blessing lives. I hope you make today a great day.